All right, welcome to Wednesday, March 30th. Let's find an easy seat. Hopefully you have a folded blanket that you can perch yourself on and then scoot to the very edge of it. The idea being that the knees are hip level or even a little bit lower. And as you arrive, I'll remind us that we're working with the fourth Yama, Brahmacharya, right use of energy. So once you get into your seat, look for that balance between effort and ease. That is a great way that we can embody Brahmacharya with our physical practice. So for example, if you're really straining to sit up tall, you will fatigue quickly. So you might soften a bit, but if you soften too much, then you may slouch and then fatigue. So finding that just right, that Goldilocks spot, but without being Goldilocks, she was a thief. All right, landing tall, sitting with dignity, breathing. Letting yourself be fully present to all that is here right now. So you may softly close your eyes and imagining or knowing that your other senses can heighten when you eliminate one. So maybe now you can better hear what's in your environment. Maybe you can feel what's on your skin. If you'd like, draw your hands together in front of your heart and you can rub the hands together, creating friction, generating warmth. Maybe even clap your hands and rub. You can slowly come to stillness. On your next inhale, you might draw your hands apart a couple of inches. And exhale to draw the hands back, nearly touching, but not quite. And you might pulsate your hands here for a few more breaths. You may feel or imagine a sense of energy between the hands. And eventually draw your hands together, Anjali Mudra. Inhale deeply, and if you'd like, chant Om. As you're ready, release your hands to your legs and drop your chin towards your chest, pausing for a few breaths here. And the quote that we'll work with today is, manage your energy, not your time. I've seen it credited to a few different people, but Tony Schwartz came up the most frequently, a journalist. Manage your energy, not your time. And as you breathe, you might start to roll your head from side to side, bringing the left ear towards the left shoulder, and then right ear to right shoulder. Notice if you're clenching the jaw or holding it tight. You might keep the lips closed, but put a little space between your teeth. And then we'll all bring our head back to neutral. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Maybe hear you lift the chin towards the sky. And then bring it back to neutral, bringing the head to neutral. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, drop your right ear towards the right shoulder. You might lift your chin towards the sky. Return it to neutral and lift the head back to neutral. Interlace your hands and bring them behind your head at the nape of your neck. We can all draw our elbows to point forward. Lengthen your low back, engaging your core. And now open your elbows out wide. Breathe here, keeping the lift through your spine, the opening through your upper body. You can stay just like this, or if you'd like, in a little teacup, tip over, lifting your right elbow towards the sky. Try to keep your right hip sinking into the blanket or mat. Maybe you lift your gaze, looking up. Maybe looking down feels better to your neck. One more breath like this, and then you can release your left hand to the earth. Reach your right arm up overhead, transitioning to our usual lateral spinal stretch. One more big inhale, reach as far as you can. Exhale, come back to center, reaching your arms up. Interlace your hands and flip the palms away from you. If this is too much for the shoulders, you can just keep reaching up. See if you can get a little longer in your side body. Feel the shoulders really shrugging up towards the ears. Exhale, release your arms, giving them a break. Maybe shake them out. And then interlace your hands. Switch the interlace, so non-dominant. Bring the hands back behind your head. Let the elbows point forward so that we can know we very intentionally open the elbows out away from each other. See if you can lift your head a little higher, core engaged. Imagine knitting your ribs in. Inhale for length, and as you exhale, tilt over to the other side. So now your left elbow maybe reaching up towards the sky. You can keep your gaze neutral, down or up. See if you can sink and soften your left hip into the earth. So trying to stay completely balanced through the lower body, just moving from the waist up. Another full breath. And as you exhale, release your lower hand to the mat, reach your upper arm long, lateral spinal stretch. So in our yoga asana practice, we try to move the spine in all the directions it likes to go. This helps increase the production of our lubricating joint fluid. Another big breath. On your inhale, come back to neutral, reach up, interlace your hands, switch the interlace, so non-dominant way, palms towards the sky if you can. Breathe, breathe, breathe. See how much you can stretch the torso. And exhale, lower your arms down. Switch the cross of your legs. Bring your hands back behind you, elbows draw towards each other. And then puff your chest up. Shoulder blades sliding together and down, imagining that they were tilting your heart up towards the sky, just like there's a beacon of light coming from the center of your chest, shining it up. Maybe you drop your head back here, maybe not. If the wrists or arms don't feel quite right, you can rotate your hands or even come to knuckles as we stay just another breath or two, shoulder blades sliding together and down, core engaged. And as you're ready, come back through neutral, sit tall. Exhale, fold forward any amount. You don't have to move much, just move until you feel sensation. And you can let the head hang heavy here, maybe letting the spine round, maybe sway a little side to side. As you're ready, sit tall. We'll quickly switch the cross of the legs and fold right back down. Noticing if one side feels more at ease than the other. And as you're ready, we'll make our way into Brahmanasana, table pose, tabletop. As always, you're welcome to pad under your knees with the folded blanket if you'd like a little more cushion. And then we will flex our spine through cow and cat. Inhaling to drop your belly, shoulder blades slide together, look up. Exhale, lift the spine towards the sky. Move at your own pace, breathing deeply. Inhaling in cow, Bindalasana. Exhaling cat, Marjaryasana. And when you're ready, on an exhale, send your hips all the way back to child's pose. Let's keep the hands overhead, so an active child's pose. Walk your fingertips forward while you engage your core and sink your hips as low as you can. It's all relative, right? So keep in mind there's no competition. You are here for your practice. It does not have to look like anyone else's. Another full breath in, and if you'd like, on the exhale, walk your hands over to the right side. Anchor the left hip back and down and really feel the left side body. You might imagine that you're breathing into the left side body, expanding and contracting. Let the head be heavy. And moving with your breath, on an exhale, return through center and walk your hands over to the left side. This time the right hip anchors back and down. Relax the neck and send your breath to the right side body. Full breath in. And as you're ready, return to neutral, arms up overhead. On an inhale, rise up, returning to tabletop. Really engage your abdominal muscles. You could imagine dragging your knees towards your hands. Tuck your left toes and send the left leg long. Press back through the heel. Core muscles keep engaging. Push the ground away with your hands. I'm getting butterfly kisses from Toby. Thanks, buddy. As you're ready, lift your left heel towards the sky and imagine lifting the leg from the upper inner left thigh. Core muscles still knitting up and in, pushing the ground away through the arms, so there might be a sense of hollowness in the armpits. You can stay like this or reach your right fingertips to the distance, inhaling to stretch. Exhale, option to round the spine, hugging everything into the midline. Inhale, extend. Exhale, contract. Inhale, extend. Exhale, contract. Inhale, reach, and now option to bend the left knee, bring the right arm around the back. Maybe you stay right here. Maybe you're able to catch the left foot or ankle, in which case kick the foot into the right hand. As you start to arrange yourself here, try to drop the right shoulder, squaring the shoulders towards the top of the mat, keeping the core engaged, pushing the ground away. One more breath. And as you're ready, slowly set the left knee down, release the right hand to the earth. Tuck your toes, walk your hands back towards your thighs, and come to sit on your heels for a moment. As always, if it's excruciating, don't do it. If possible, we'll just stretch the toes and the plantar fascia, the soles of the feet. And you could draw circles with the wrists if you'd like. Maybe give your left wrist a little massage, squeezing and rubbing through the palm and wrist. Maybe working your way up the forearm. And even coming right above the elbow. You can poke around and tend to find a tender spot. And then shaking the hands out, we'll return to tabletop, tap the feet out. And then reestablish your firm foundation, core engaged, pushing the earth away. Spine long, tuck your right toes. Breathe in, breathe out to send the right leg long. Press back. Imagine lifting the inner right thigh towards the sky, and as you're ready, the right toes float off of the earth. Keep checking in with all those foundational cues. So very frequently revisiting everything that we've learned as we go. So pushing the ground away, hollowness in the armpits, core engaged, ribs knitting in, lifting from the inner right thigh. Stay like this or reach your left fingertips to the distance and breathe. On your exhale, you can draw everything into the midline, rounding the spine. Inhale to extend. Exhale, contract. Inhale, extend. Exhale, contract. Inhale, extend. I think one more time, contracting. Inhale, re-extend. Now option to bend the right knee. Option to swing the left arm back in space. You could keep both floating, or maybe they make contact, in which case you can kick the foot and ankle into the left hand. Try to square the shoulders, so bring the left shoulder forward. Core engaged. Breathe, explore another breath. And as you're ready, slowly return the knee to the earth, hand to the earth. Tuck your toes and walk your hands back. Another few breaths of sitting on your heels. You could imagine squeezing your thighs together here, lengthening your low back, and then drawing circles with the wrists, opening and closing the hands. Maybe give your right hand and wrist a massage. Option to work your way up the forearm, squeezing, releasing, kneading it like you're making bread. Shake the hands out. Return to tabletop Brahmanasana. Tap the feet out. And return your toes tucked. Inhale. Exhale. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. You could also take child's pose here if that feels more appropriate in this moment. If you're in downward facing dog, we've got 5 to 8 more breaths. So let yourself really get settled in, moving in any way that feels good to you. And as you arrive, perhaps for a few more breaths of stillness, notice that your shoulders are lifting up towards the ears. Hands are pressing firmly into the earth, especially the fingertips and inner line of your hands. The head hangs heavy, neck relaxed. Breath full, core engaged. Inner thighs spiraling towards each other. Heels reach towards the earth, but they never have to touch down. On your inhale, look forward between your hands. And on your exhale, core engaged, step or hop yourself to the top of the mat. Hang heavy in Uttanasana, forward fold. Notice if you're clenching in the jaw or the shoulders. Try to let it go with your next breath. And as you're ready, press into the feet to rise up, long spine. Reaching out and up, big full body stretch, maybe even floating your heels off of the ground. Exhale your hands to your heart and down by your side. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, hinge forward. On an inhale, lift halfway, long spine. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way up, reaching out and up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale to reach. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rising all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart, then down by your sides. Once more, inhale, reaching to the sky. Exhale, hinging forward, flat back all the way down. Engage the gluteal muscles as you fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reaching to the sky. Exhale, hinging forward. This time, hands touch down. Maybe grab your blocks. Step your right foot back in space. High runner's lunge. You always have the option to lower your knee in crescent pose. Otherwise, we'll keep the right leg lifted today as we reach our arms up overhead. Settling in for Anjaneyasana, crescent moon pose. So even as we bend into the left knee, imagine squeezing the legs together. So there's some lift through the thighs, the pelvic floor, the core. As you breathe, you may begin to lift your heart towards the sky. Maybe you float your arms out wide, taking advantage of this day of heart opening practice. You can always draw circles with your wrists if that feels good. Now bring the hands to clasp behind your back, right thumb on top. Draw the shoulder blades together and down. Inhale to lift the heart and exhale to hinge forward, bringing the left shoulder towards the left knee. Maybe you bring it on the inside. If this feels too precarious, you might step the right foot down, planting the heel. Wherever you've gone with it, about 3 more breaths. Keep in mind your right knee can still be on the ground here. As you're ready, inhale to reach your arms back up overhead. Exhale your hands to frame the left foot and step yourself into plank. Inhale for 1 breath here. Then lower your knees, lower your torso slowly, being mindful that the arms graze the side body, lowering all the way down. Point your toes back, lengthen your low back, feeling the front of the pelvic bowl press into the earth. On an inhale, lift your heart, baby cobra, and exhale, lower down. Now flowing 5 to 8 times, inhale, lifting the heart, maybe finding a more full cobra, and exhale, lowering down. Move with your breath. Let the spine be like a wave here. Inhaling lifts the heart, lifts the chin. Exhale, everything waves back to the earth. Keep the arms hugging into the side body, elbows pointing back in space, fingertips gripping. Just another flowing breath or so. And we'll all meet with our foreheads and noses on the ground. Tuck your toes and engage your legs. Maybe your knees and thighs lift off of the ground. Maybe you can just feel the engagement. Arms hug your side body. Inhale. Exhale. Press up through plank. Big breath here. And exhale, send your hips high. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale to look forward and exhale to step or swing the right foot towards the right thumb. Finding this high runner's lunge. You can bring blocks under your hands for the moment. Maybe you lower your left knee. Maybe you keep it lifted. And as you're ready, reach your arms up overhead. Anjaneyasana, crescent lunge. This crescent moon pose. Breathe deeply, settling into the shape. And as you're ready, you may begin to find a back bend, lifting from the center of your heart. Option to swing your arms out wide. Option to make circles with your wrists and hands. Maybe you switch the direction of the circles from your normal. Full breath. Keeping in mind that the left knee could be down or lifted. Option here to clasp the hands behind your back in Yoga Mudra, left thumb on top. Squeeze the shoulder blades together as they slide down, knuckles anchoring down. Inhale and exhale, hinge forward. Finding this humble warrior shape. Try to bring the right shoulder towards the right knee or the inside of the right knee. If it's not feeling steady, option to step your left foot all the way down to the earth. Another full cycle of breath, keeping in mind that the left knee can lower to the mat. As you're ready, with an inhale, lift the torso, reach the arms up. Exhale your hands to the earth. Step your right knee back in space, and we're just going to transition to our seat, swinging the legs around. And then make your way onto your spine. As you roll onto your back, you can open your arms out wide. Bring the feet out wide and let the knees knock together in the middle. Staying here for a couple of breaths. Noticing what you feel in your body after this movement. Friendly reminder that we do have the option of staying on for an extra 15 minutes of meditation practice. Today it'll primarily be a mindfulness meditation. So with that in mind, if you would like to go ahead and click off of the video, if you can't stay for meditation, that's okay. Closing the practice in your way. Otherwise, we'll close it together by first taking a spinal twist, bringing the feet and knees hip distance apart. Inhale deeply and exhale, let the legs fall over to the right side. Nice casual spinal twist. If your body's craving anything in particular, feel free to do that here. About 3 more breaths. As you're ready, return legs to neutral. Full breath in, fills the body, and as you exhale, let the legs fall to the left. Freedom as always to take any movement that feels right to you in this moment. Just a few breaths here. And as you're ready, return your legs to neutral. Then send the legs long, feet at least hips distance apart. Arms can come down by your sides, out wide, palms towards the sky. Allow yourself to settle in for Shavasana, corpse pose, trusting that this time is valuable. Breathe deeply here, remembering our lesson from Tony Schwartz, manage your energy, not your time. Manage your energy, not your time. If you've drifted away with thoughts, it's perfectly normal. When you notice it happen, imagine the thoughts like clouds, perhaps, floating by. You are the observer of the clouds, like a steady mountain in time. Savor another few full breaths. If it's comfortable, you might keep your eyes closed here as you slowly invite movement back into the body. You might take a full body stretch, reaching the arms overhead, pointing the toes away from you. Maybe shimmy the hips a little. And moving slowly, there's no rush. Make your way back to an easy seated shape, perhaps perching on the folded blanket or meditation cushion. And as you arrive, sit tall, sitting with dignity. You might draw the chin back in space slightly so that the ears are over the shoulders. And maybe you lean the whole torso back ever so slightly so the shoulders are over the hips. There's a natural core engagement that happens here to support this posture. And as we explore that idea of finding the balance between effort and ease, notice that your core is engaged, there's effort, but your shoulders, your hips are soft and relaxed, and there's ease. You're welcome to let your hands rest in any way that's comfortable. Maybe you take Jnana Mudra, index finger and thumb together, palms towards the sky. Maybe you return to the Lotus Mudra that we explored just yesterday, bringing the lotus to the heart space. So finding what feels natural for you, and then returning your awareness to the body, to the parts of you connected to the ground. Notice what you feel here. A firmness or a softness. Maybe there's warmth or coolness. And then allow the awareness to trace up your spine. Imagining vertebrae by vertebrae, lifting your awareness. Eventually, your awareness lands at the very top of your head, the crown of your head lifting towards the sky. And as you breathe, explore if you can feel any sensation on the top of your head. It might take a few tries. And then notice the front and top of your forehead. Can you feel anything here? It might feel like tingling. It might feel like a temperature. Maybe there's nothing. Your attention floats down your face, noticing what you can feel anywhere on your face. If you find tension, you might allow it to leave. And if it doesn't want to leave, just notice. See if you can feel your ears. And then your neck. You might imagine your mindful awareness circling around the neck. What's here? Notice your shoulders, fronts, sides, and backs. Allow your awareness to circle around your upper arms, your lower arms, your wrists and hands. Invite the awareness to the barrel of your chest. You could imagine your attention like a swirling white light enveloping your whole chest. And then lowering down to your core abdominal muscles. Your hips, the base of your spine. Notice how your seat meets the ground. Notice what you can feel in your upper legs. And then your knees. Notice your lower legs. Just like a spotlight of your attention, looking for sensation here. Now we notice the ankles. And all the way around the feet and toes. Keeping the breath natural. You might imagine now zooming out where you can see yourself seated in meditation. You might hold this image of yourself. Noticing how this feels. As you breathe, you might sense or imagine pulsating light growing brighter with every inhale and drawing towards your center with every exhale. This glowing light radiates out as you inhale and draws near as you exhale. You might be sensing it within your body or observing it as you see yourself. 5 to 8 breaths like this. And then pause, and we'll switch the direction of this energy. Inhaling, the light draws in. Exhaling, the light extends out. Inhaling, glowing with light. Exhaling, sending the light out. Continue in this way. And when you're ready, release the visualization and return to observe what's here right now. If you'd like, bring your hands to Lotus Mudra, outer edges of your pinkies and thumbs coming together, middle fingers all opening out wide, creating this lotus shape, placing it right in front of your heart. The thumbs may even touch your heart center. Lower your gaze to the center of this mudra. An affirmation for this mudra could be, I open myself to nature. I open myself to the good that exists in every human being. And I open myself to the divine so that I will be richly blessed. You might plant a seed of good intentions into the center of this lotus flower. And then seal your hands into Anjali Mudra. If you'd like to chant Om, inhale deeply. As you're ready, release your hands. Thank you for sharing your practice with Toby and I. I hope you have a wonderful day.